Hello. If making money in movies is success in movies, then Robert Zemeckis is currently the most successful director in the world. His films, including the Back to the Future series and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, have earned over $1 billion at the box office. He's targeted the kids and hit the jackpot, reminding us that Hollywood is still the USA's second biggest manufacturing base. His latest film, Death Becomes Her, opens in Britain next month. It's a black comedy starring Goldie Hawn, Bruce Willis and Meryl Streep. Streep plays a fading actress, and we begin with her performing in a musical version of Sweet Bird of Youth.
Virgin temptress, dream of others, yes it's me, yes it's me.
We see you.
You mean me?
Idle goddess, shameless hussy.
The idea was that it wasn't a very good number, but one of the hardest things to do is to do something that is just a little bit bad. It would be easy to do it ridiculously bad, but we wanted Madeline and her character to be singing and dancing her heart out, and so we sort of went back and looked at a lot of variety shows from the 60s and 70s and kind of put a mix of what we consider some of the worst Broadway and Vegas type steps and things in there. It does reflect the Madeline character. Flashy, and that's of course what dazzles Bruce.
She's sensational.
We wanted then the choreography to help move the camera back and forth and widen it out and things like that, so we kept the frame alive. And the other thing that makes the number a bit off, you know, puts it a bit off for the audience is that all the dancers are just dancing their heart out. And some audiences we've shown the film to aren't really sure if this is a bad number or if it's just bad cinema. But most of them seem to get it.
That's me.
You know, I think like every other kid who grew up in the era of the Beatles, I played the guitar and had a band in my garage and basement and that sort of thing. So I had these dreams of being a rock star for a while. And television, I watched a lot of television. And I started fooling around with making movies with, you know, my friends and my relatives and everyone in it. And then that just became more and more elaborate, and trying to sync up sound with it, and then on to doing some things with puppet animation and that sort of thing.
Boy, today really shaped up and hurried into it. You know, did you ever notice how
I got really interested in films mainly from enjoying special effects, trying to figure out how they did certain things.
just suddenly changes? That was totally uncalled for.
He likes to cram a lot of information into the frame. There's always something happening everywhere in his frames. He's got a lot of colors. There's just a lot of energy in each one of his shots, but not to the extent where he's sacrificing telling the story.
He likes to tell stories, and he likes movies that work. And that's a really old-fashioned Hollywood way of looking at material. If you read interviews with Howard Hawks and people, or John Ford, they're really reluctant to tell you how important what they were doing was, but they actually will tell you how they got a shot. And Zemeckis is the same, is in that, very much in that tradition. I mean, I personally find it kind of refreshing.
The Lift was a film that I did in film school. You had to make a film in black and white with no sync sound, 16 millimeter, no sync sound, and it can only be 8 minutes or shorter. And this frustrated a lot of film students because they wanted it to be sync sound, they wanted it to be longer. But I loved having those limitations, so I made a film, designed a story about a guy who is terrorized by this elevator in this Gothic apartment building, and it's just two characters. It's him in the elevator, and every time he tries to get to the elevator, it moves to another floor, and finally it kills him. What I like about the film is that it was pure cinema. And what it taught me more than anything was learning the form that you're working in and trying to, you know, work from the inside of that form out. So writing something that accommodates the form rather than doing a half-baked idea. And that's why I'm involved in this TV show, Tales from the Crypt, because that's a chance to do the short film. I really enjoy working in that form.
Something needs to be done about that fire. Have you got the poker?
Yes.
Well, let me have it.
What did you say?
What are you, deaf? I said let me have it.
Merry Christmas, you son of a bitch.
Bob has a real sort of dark side to him, and he loves this kind of macabre kind of story.
Mommy?
Carrie.
Tales from the Crypt. I mean, you see this side of Bob that people go, ooh, where'd that come from? Well, Bob has this curiosity for this dark side, for the black comedy, black humor side of things.